God creates plants, animals, and then He creates human beings. But He doesn't create two genders. He doesn't create a man and a woman. He only creates a man at first. And He calls this man Adam. And in Hebrew, Adam means the earth, dirt, dust. And Adam lives in the Garden of Eden. You know, it's like the first 2-3 weeks of your relationship when you're in love. It's like paradise. Now, in His perfection, God creates Adam. And Adam roams around the Garden of Eden freely. But something very strange happens to Adam, i.e. earth. One day, as God is walking around, He looks at Adam. Adam does not look very happy. Adam looks sad. Adam looks lonely. Adam looks depressed. You don't have to go very much further in the Old Testament to figure out what the human condition is. What does it mean to be a man? What does it mean to be a human being without a soul, without the ability to reflect? You and I are reduced to only 5 sensory organs. Your pleasures come from your eyes, your nose, your tongue, your ears, and your touch. That's it. You're grounded. You're attached to this place called the earth. Your pleasures are always going to come from the outside, always. And our senses can only take so much pleasure from a thing before it gets bored, before it finds itself sad. How does God fix this? Let me put man to sleep, because as long as your senses are functioning, you are engaged, you are active. No one can have power over you. Someone needs to walk into your life and put your senses on pause. Now, once Adam is at rest, on pause, sleep, God does something profoundly magical. He takes something from the Adam's side and turns it into Eve, the Hebrew word for life giver. That's the breath of God. That's the spirit of God. Now what you have is Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden. They're having a good time, but remember, Adam corrupts Eve. Despite Eve having the spirit of God, Eve, like Gilgamesh being 2/3 God and 1/3 human, is unable to convince Adam to change his ways. God tempts them, says, listen, you can go anywhere. You can do anything. My only request is the following. There is this tree out there, just one. You have 50 acres of land that you can walk through. That over there, just don't go there. They say, okay. What we have in the Jewish tradition is it's this Eve that once in a while whispers, your 5 senses are not enough. Let me come to the surface. Let me be on the top. Adam had the first wife. Her name was Lilith. It means lady of the night or lady of the dark. And Adam had the tendency of always being on the top. And one day, Lilith comes home and Adam wants to be on the top. And Lilith says, no, I too am the creation of God. I want to be on the top. And they take the issue to God, and God, of course, sides with Adam. Lilith gets really, really upset, packs her bags and leaves. And Adam finds himself a different companion whose name is Eve. Now, you can't find life without first going through darkness. It's impossible. You can't find wisdom without pain. As Adam and Eve are walking in the garden, having a good time, going to Pete's Coffee, drinking, partying, all of a sudden appears this serpent. You can consider serpent to be a teacher of sorts. Now, what the serpent does is it doesn't talk to Adam. Adam is stupid. Adam wants fun. Adam doesn't care about meaning. Adam doesn't care about depth. Adam doesn't care about substance. Adam does not reflect. Eve wants to, but it's under Adam, and Adam is far too powerful for Eve to come out. So all of a sudden you have the serpent coming in, and the serpent whispers into the ears of Eve, not Adam. Adam gives you a life that connects you to earth, to your body. Eve gives you a life that connects you to your soul. But for Eve to become activated, it needs a serpent. The serpent whispers into her ears, do you know why God doesn't want you to go near that tree? Why? Because that tree has fruits. What kind of fruits? I don't know what the fruits are, but if you take a bite, if you chew and if you swallow, you will have the knowledge of good and evil inside you. And once you have the knowledge of good and evil inside you, you will be an individual, indivisible. You will be autonomous, a law unto thyself. You will have the kingdom of God within you forever. Atman will come to life. You will have the Buddha seed. In fact, you'll be the Buddha. But the Garden of Eden will give you whatever you want. You want a BA? There's school. It won't give you understanding, but it'll give you a paper that says you have your bachelor's. You can have sex. You may not be able to touch her soul. You will make money, but you may not have meaning. You may have fun, but you may not be happy. The world is the Garden of Eden. It will give what your senses desire. But if you want your soul, you have to go to this tree. What are the consequences? Eve asks. Oh, who cares about that? Be curious. But Adam won't let me be curious. Adam keeps distracting me. And the serpent says, you're a woman. You can easily distract a man. Keep whispering into the ears of Adam. Eventually he will listen. Now remember, Eve wants to come to life. She has always wanted to come to life. The very fact that you and I are always chasing pleasures and beauty, they're a testimony that we want something to come to life within us. The only problem we face is that the things that come to life within us and baptize us with their vision of beauty, they don't last too long. In the end, they disappoint us. They pain us. Serpent is offering something extraordinary. You can have the knowledge of God within you. And you know what that means? You may not want to ever go to school because wisdom you have. You may never want to read the Bible anymore. Even if Jesus was to come down and ask you to follow him, you will not follow him. That wisdom lives inside you. And if your companion is wisdom, who are you going to marry? Who are you going to talk to? Who are you going to have as friends? Wisdom will make you lonely, but you will have depth. You won't be understood, but you will know what to do with suffering. You will have no use for your body. You don't need it to be useful. You have your soul. Now, the serpent keeps whispering into the ears of Eve, and Eve keeps whispering into the ears of Adam, and eventually Adam says, okay. But they say, we have to wait until God is not around. I don't want to get caught by God. So when God goes to sleep, they go to this tree. They're shaking, they're frightened. Eve keeps telling Adam, get the fruit, man. Let's see what the hell this is. Eventually, he does. He takes a bite. She takes a bite. All of a sudden, God appears. And they experience something they've never experienced before. They cover themselves. They are overcome with shame. Not embarrassment, shame. You only have shame towards those whom you respect, those you have let down. Embarrassment is something you just do accidental. Shame. He told you not to go and you went. He told you not to do, but you did. What is the price of going against the commandments of God? Now that you have the knowledge of good and evil, right and wrong inside you, you don't care about all the other trees that live in the Garden of Eden. God has no use for you. You won't even obey him. You are him. So you know what he does? You're expelled. Expelled? Where? I'm going to toss you out of Garden of Eden and throw you down there. That speck of dust over there called earth. And your life will be filled with blood and toil, struggle, continuous. You will never find rest. You will never find comfort. Blood and toil and sweat. Take lessons from the book of Genesis. Life down here, blood, toil, suffering, struggle. No rest, no comfort. All of a sudden you realize you have lost something tremendously important. In the Garden of Eden, you were surrounded by light. But when they God's created the human beings came with this particular software. It's called greed, covetousness, lust for wisdom, greed for knowledge. We are condemned, all of us are. You will do whatever you can to grow wise, to become like God. You don't read the New Testament because you love God. You read the New or the Old Testament because you want to extract the wisdom from it. You want to use that wisdom to beautify your life. You compete with God. That's the sort of animals that we are. What happens though when you and I are expelled? What does it mean to be expelled? To desire to go back home. What does it mean to be a human being? A creature, an animal, who's always longing, yearning, lamenting to go home. Where is home? We don't know. What does it mean to be a human being? An animal who's always homesick. Paradise is lost for us. روزها فکر من این است و همه شب سخنم که چرا فارغ از احوال دل خویشتنم. از کجا آمدم آمدنم بهر چه بود، به کجا میروم آخر ننمایی وطنم. مرغ باغ ملکوتم نیم از عالم خاک، دو سه روزی قفسی ساختند از بدنم. Day and night, روزها فکر من این است و همه شب سخنم. Day and night, and in everything that I speak, I say, what sort of an animal am I? Where did I come from? What am I to do? Why is it that I forget where my home is? از کجا آمدم؟ آمدنم بهر چه بود؟ Where did I come from? Is there a benefit? Is there a value to my existence? به کجا میروم آخر ننمایی وطنم. I'm always moving, but where the hell am I going? مرغ باغ ملکوتم. I came from paradise. I have wings. دو سه روزی قفسی ساختند از بدنم. But this bird of paradise that lives inside me is held in bondage because of Adam, because of my five senses, because of my body. So for those of you in this class who may walk around the lake once in a while and see two people holding hands, be happy for them. Because for at least 10-15 minutes or maybe 2 weeks they have found home, but they will be expelled.